Hi, I'm Joseph Chand. So I'm going to present on the topic the rainwater harvesting. So first, let us see what is rainwater harvesting. So it is a collection and storage of rainwater that runs off from rooftops or parks, roads, or any open grounds. So this water can be either stored or recharged into the groundwater. So there are five main components of rainwater harvesting. The first is the catchment. The surface that receives rainfall directly is the catchment of rainwater harvesting system. It may be either terrace, a courtyard, or paved open ground. The terrace may be flat or a slope roofed. Therefore, the catchment is the area which actually contributes the rainwater to the harvesting system. The next is the conveyance system, which is also known as the transportation system. So here, the rainwater from the rooftop should be carried through the downtake of the water pipes. So the water pipes must be UV resistant. Maybe PVC pipe can be used. Also, water from sloping roofs could be caught through the gutters and a downtake pipe. The next is the first flush. This device is used to flush off the water received in the first shower. The first shower of rain needs to be flushed off to avoid the contaminated particles in the water. It also helps in cleaning of silt and other materials deposited on the roof during dry season. The next component is the filter. So the filter is used to segregate the unwanted particles from the water. The last is the storage tank, which is the reservoir tank, which is used to store the harvested water. Let's see about the importance of rainwater harvesting. So it involves the collection of water from the surface and storing it for the later use, which can be used uh, at the time of water demand. The next is these waters are collected normally from the roof of the building and stay stored in a reservoir or rainwater tanks. Rainwater can be also collected in dams from rain falling on the ground produced by runoff. The last is that the harvesting rainwater checks surface runoff water and reduces the soil erosion. Objectives of rainwater harvesting. The rainwater harvesting increases the demand of water. Also, it avoids the flooding on road as it is stored in tanks instead of they are running from the roof to the ground. As it is stored, the ground level rapidly increases. So, as there are no flow of water directly in the surface of the soil, this reduces the soil erosion. The final is that this harvested rainwater supplement the domestic water needs. The methods of rainwater harvesting. So basically there are two types of rainwater harvesting. The first is the surface runoff harvesting and the rooftop harvesting. First let us see about surface runoff harvesting. So first let us see what is runoff, that is the storm water. So the rainwater that runs off land and moves away from the area where it originally falls is called as the storm water. So in surface runoff harvesting, the storm water, that is the flown water from the ground, is being collected, accumulated, and purified, then stored for the later use. It can also include other catchment areas from man-made surfaces such as roads, parks, and the gardens. The next is the rooftop rainwater harvesting. So it is a technique through which the rainwater is being captured from the roof catchment and stored on large reservoirs. So it can be stored underground or any other artificial recharge technique to meet the household needs. This method is less expensive and very effective if implemented properly. The advantages of rainwater harvesting. The main advantage is that it is easy to maintain. As we have already saved the water from the rain, we have the adequate amount of water. So this reduces the water bill we consume. It is also suitable for irrigation. So as we saw, it reduces the flood and soil erosion. It can be used for several non-drinking purposes. As it is a rainwater, we cannot use it for drinking, and it reduces the demand on groundwater. People can, all people can now uh, attain their own rainwater harvesting in their home, so they can reduce the demand of the groundwater. Let us see about the disadvantages. The first thing is that it is a little high cost. Like uh, rooftop is comparatively less cost than when compared to the stormwater collection. So the rooftop must be regularly maintained, as there can be some dust particles or leaves. Like, then the storage limits. The last point is that some roof type may seep chemicals or any other animal droppings if there's a pet in the roof. Like uh, so many of the people have their pets in the terrace of the building. So there can be animal droppings which contaminates the water during rainwater harvesting. So finally, the conclusion. So rainwater harvesting is something that thousands of families across the world participate in, and you could be the next to enjoy the multitude of benefits offered with rainwater harvesting. It is an easy, simple, and worthwhile process. So it is only in your best interest to take a look at rainwater harvesting and its benefits. That's the end of the session. Thank you.